We make the strings louder.
What's going on, guys? I'm back. I felt like I haven't shot a video in a while. That's because I kind of haven't. I've just been uploading videos that I've had saved. I've just been busy with work, the car, and I just haven't really had time to shoot. So we're back. This is going to actually be a simple video. Not really an install video. I guess it's just a video if you guys are interested in how some LED lights look, or like the LED conversions look like. I'm going to give you my take on them. I'm just going to throw another set of headlights on the RSX just because I kind of grew out of the projectors. So I'll just give you like a little, not even an unboxing. Let's just open these headlights up, show you the LEDs I have, and then we'll just throw them on. Let me point out too, these are eBay headlights that I bought, so before anybody gets like triggered or they're fake or anything, just please don't put that in the comments, man. Like I understand they're fake, they're eBay lights, but they work. They're gonna be fine. Like, save me that, please. Don't leave that in the comments. Just black housings, nothing crazy. Alright, so I'm just going back to regular black housings. Like I said, typically what I would do is when I have the brand new headlight out, I'd find the mounting point where I would put my ballast. Usually I put it on the bottom of the frame. I'll show you real quick. On all the RSXs, I've always put like the ballast right here. Like here's your this is the driver's side headlight. I always put it right there on the frame. So there's the brand I used to use. I just thought it was the simplest way. On some other headlights, I did actually put it under the headlight. So if you look, I think the real Type R headlights, they'll have this spot right here with the 3 screws. You just put your ballast there. I did that on my CRV, but this is why I'm going to LEDs, just because I don't have to worry about no ballast. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. You could do it in the car, but obviously it's easier if you do it outside of the car. So let me show you what LEDs I got. So I went with the kit AUXBEAM just because I've seen a whole bunch of other YouTubers doing reviews on these, but I was kind of interested in this kit. Everybody loves it, so you know what, I figured why not give it a shot. I usually, the other kits I have in my CRV and in the Silver Civic is just cheap eBay lights. So I'm gonna try an actual brand, AUXBEAM. I'm gonna try them on the RSX, and I'll give you guys my opinion on them. Right, super simple. Take this off. The RSX uses the H1 bulb, so you have this little tab. Just kind of push it in and flip it out. Well, actually looks like there you go, that's all out. I don't know if you guys can see this tab right here, just flips in, right? I already opened up these LEDs, so I'm not going to give you an open box because there's nothing to look. It's just an LED. Here's your LED, H1 connectors. This is one thing it's not against AUXBEAM, it's just every H1 connector. Why can't they just give me like the factory connector like it came, like how do I explain it? Yeah, like just kind of like an end on this, instead of just having to push these in like the LEDs. That's just one complaint I have. Anyway, so this is only going to go in one way. So I think it goes in like this. No, just turn it around until you feel it go in one way. Okay, there it is. We are going. All right, this looks like this is going to be the tricky part, is getting this tab around it. Alright, it's hard, but you can do it. Just be careful. And this is the part you guys can laugh at me. So I'm trying to install the LEDs, and I'm just realizing that they're not fitting the way I want because I forgot to order something for them. So let me explain what that is. So here's the LED, it's in. All I have to do is click that down, but even if I have that down, it still has all this play. If you look at this little pin right there, or the little bracket that holds it down, it's not making full contact. That's because with the H1 bulb, the original bulbs will actually have like a bulb holder right here for the RSX, and I had them when I was originally running HIDs on the factory headlights. But since I went to the projectors, the projector doesn't need that holder, so I think I got rid of them. I can't even find them. So that's what I'm missing in order to make these LEDs sit tight. So I just placed an order for them. and we'll just cut back to when I receive them and I'm installing them. And we're back. So like I said, I got the parts. Let me show you those little adapters that I was talking about for the headlights. So this is the adapter that usually goes with H1s. If you have an RSX and you installed HIDs, you probably already have these on. But if you haven't and you're looking to install HIDs, this is the little piece you need. I'll leave a link in the description. And this is what's going to hold that LED secured. So let me give you an example. Sometimes you just can't help but laugh when stuff just doesn't go your way. So I was gonna install that little adapter onto the LED, and I can already see a problem. Whatever, I guess we're just gonna have to give it that surge mode of touch to make all this work. So let me show you guys why it's not working. So here's our LED. Again, this is an H1, and as you saw before, the reason it wasn't fitting because it was too loose. So that's why we bought this adapter. So this adapter is gonna go here. Let's give you a closer look. It's gonna go right here, so that way these are gonna be on the headlight, these little prongs, and then the clip goes over this. But if you take a quick look at this, I don't know if you guys see what I see, but it's too big. It's too tall. This needs to be under this little ridge for the H1, and it's about, if I hold it flush, you can see the height difference. So we got a problem. So I was going around my garage trying to figure out some ideas how I'm gonna make it work, because I'm obviously gonna have to cut it, but I don't want to cut it like crooked or uneven. And I found like this little tiny rubber band that the thickness of the rubber band is almost exactly to what I needed, and we're gonna use that rubber band as kind of like a template. Like I said, we need that little adapter to fit in this little space right here. So here's this rubber band that I found, and if you look, this rubber band is almost exactly the same height, I guess, right in here. So I'm gonna slide this rubber band right onto here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Alright, we got it on. So now you can see the rubber band is right here. Here's this little piece we're gonna chop off, and this is, like I said, this is just gonna be a template. So we're gonna use the Dremel and just run around this rubber band, and it's going to give us hopefully a clean cut, and then this adapter is going to be ready to go. Dremel now, you can see it's a little thinner. The rubber band's on it right now. Let me take the rubber band off. Alright, so now the rubber band is off. Now you can see, like I said, it gave it a pretty clean cut. There's a little wave to it or whatever, but it's cleaner than I could have done it with just eyeballing it. So now we can fit this on the LED. Let me show you how to fit these on H1 LED. So like I said, this is this little cover on the LED. This is, what makes it an H1. So you can actually slide this piece off. So you're going to slide this cover off. Okay, it's a fight, so I struggled to get it off. So we can slide this off, and then you can slide your adapter on. But make sure when you slide it on, these tabs right here, they're facing, how do I explain it? Like towards the headlight. So you can see how the tabs are pointing that way. That's the way you want it. Then you can grab this little piece again and slide it back onto the LED, and it'll click back in. Alright, now you have this setup ready to go into the headlight, and this is going to hold it tight. This is another part you guys can laugh at me about for buying eBay headlights. As you can see, this tab is just not going to hold anymore. I guess the little, even though there's a little tip at the end of here, which is what would hold this in, probably broke off, so now there's nothing to hold this clip in. I'll throw a zip tie on it, that's no big deal, but whatever, that's nothing. So we're back, we got the headlight right here. Now we're gonna fit it in, and it should fit one way. So let's turn it the other way. I think it's this way. It fits better that way. Alright, now without trying to block your view, you see these two little arms right here, how they fit on the outside of here? So you're just going to want to center this up and then bring this tab around, which is a pain to get around this fan for the LED. So now, can you guys see? Alright, so you see how the metal tab is right here? It's pressing against this black piece now. So if we had a working tab, what's loose is the LED, but like it won't come out it won't come out. It just kind of twists a little bit, but this ain't coming out. So like I said, I'm just gonna throw a zip tie in right here and the LED secured. All right, so of course when I shut the camera off, I get it. So as you can see, I got the pin, or this, yeah, I don't know what you're gonna call that. I'm calling it a little retainer. Oh, there you go. I got the retainer slid under, and I actually forced it a little harder than how I was, and it kind of held on its own. But I threw a zip tie around this aluminum base right here and the retainer and tightened it up real good just to secure it some more. And it doesn't look like it's gonna move, like I'm wiggling that. So that's just a flawed headlight, and that's all I'm gonna blame it on. We're moving on. I'm gonna finish putting this headlight together and we should be ready to go. So I got the whole headlight put together. I got all the bulbs in it. It's all set to go. I got the grommets on it, and I reached another freaking hiccup, which I was complaining about this before and I knew it was gonna be a problem. And I'm gonna show you guys why it's a problem. Here's the headlight all put together, all the grommets are on, and here's the connection for the freaking headlight. These two little wires, which, you know, obviously I'm gonna plug into the connector on the harness for the RSX, but look how much wire I have. There's barely any wire here, and I already put that, like, mocked the headlight up in its place right here. And this is the low beam connector. The low beam connector needs to go like right here, but first of all, oh, why is my camera acting all slow? These little pins are too small, so when I put them into the connector, they can just slide right out. So I have an idea. I'm gonna rig something up real quick, and we're gonna see if it works. Alright, so what I basically made are jumper harnesses right here. Let's see if you can get a good focus. These should work way better. So on one side, I used an end that's going to actually grip pretty good onto the LED side. And then on the other side, I used a different spade connector, which is a lot thicker. This is like, you know, when you go to the auto parts store, they have the red, yellow, and the blue ones. This is a yellow one. So it's a lot thicker, and it should fit into the connector on the harness a lot better. Well, not it should. I tried it. It does fit a lot tighter. So now this is going to solve two problems. One, it's going to solve the issue of the connector possibly coming out whenever, like, I'm racing it or whatever. And two is that actually I'm extending the harness, because like I said, it's like a jumper harness. So I don't have to worry about it. You know, it's basically like the same issue. I don't have to worry about it trying to pull out, because one, it ain't sitting there tight, and two, it was kind of stretching the harness. So with this, I should solve both my problems, and all you need is just some connectors from home, some wires, strippers, crimpers, and I use heat shrink, but then I also use some of that felt tape on it just to kind of give it a cleaner look. But super simple. So now it should all work. That's solid. The only thing is, well, I mean, if you get confused, you can just unplug them and switch the connectors around. Just make sure you know which is positive and which is negative. See, this is even harder to push in. That's good. I might even put some felt tape on these two ends, just so they don't touch. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Boom. Here we go. We're all good. Now let's put it on the car finally. Turn the headlights on. Pretty sure the driver's side is unplugged, so the passenger side is the only one that's going to turn on. That's the LED one. That's the only one you want to see anyway. So we put this down. Hopefully I don't blind the camera too much. All right, that's pretty bright, but you can see it all works. There you go. I prefer this look over the projector look. I don't know. It was kind of cool, but I just kind of got over that. I like a rather kind of clean Type R kind of look. Yes, that's pretty much it. This was supposed to be a quick headlight install video with some LEDs, and it actually turned out to be like a couple days long, just waiting for the pieces, and then run into a couple complications. So I guess it was kind of informative in case you did run into any of these issues. These are the ways I solved them. So if it did help you guys, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. As for my personal review on these LEDs, from what I could tell, it looks like AUXBEAM makes a pretty solid LED. My only complaints, I don't even know if this is AUXBEAM's fault. It's just this H1 style bulb. One, the connectors, they're just wires, as you guys saw. I wish there was a connector when you bought an H1 bulb. Like I said, I don't know if this is AUXBEAM who does it, who just didn't put a connector on it, or I'm pretty sure it's just every H1 bulb just doesn't have a solid connector. So that was the only complaint. The light output looks pretty good. I mean, just judging by the garage, I can compare it just to an HID. You wouldn't even know. The fan is silent on the LED bulb, so you don't have to hear, because I have a set of LEDs on my CRV. They're just an eBay brand, and I can actually hear the fan on. So with this one, the fan is silent. The construction of the LEDs seem pretty good. So basically, I'm trying to sell you on AUXBEAM. Like I said, this is not sponsored. If you're looking for some LEDs, try AUXBEAM. They seem pretty good. I'm gonna probably drive the car later. I'll see if maybe I'll make an update video of these LED headlights at nighttime. I think they're pretty good. So if you're interested in getting AUXBEAM, I give it the green light. I think they're pretty good. Other than that, I just got some more parts in for the RSX, so be on the lookout for a couple new videos I'm going to be shooting. I have some Speed Factory performance parts that kind of excited to throw on here, so make sure you hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel so you can watch those install videos. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate all your likes and comments. Stay motivated, guys, and keep making the streets louder.